Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Want to answer this question, common question, get it a lot, and that is how to know he's ready. Now, I want you to understand this, and you got to think about this holistically, all around the board. Think about a man, any man you know. Think about your brother, your uncle, your father, your male cousins. Have you ever seen a man make a goal? Something that he wants, and he's like, I just gotta get a pickup truck. Or every real man has a pickup truck. Or I just got to get this job. Or I just got to get this degree. Or I got to lose this weight. Or I gotta be able to do this. You ever seen a man set a goal? If you have, every man that you've ever seen set a goal will accomplish that goal. Unless it's some outside, things going on, like some habits and stuff he has that's hindering him. But other than that, men get what they want out of life because that's just the way the mind works. That's the way life works. And so I need you to understand that when you think about a man, guess what? There's never really been a woman that a man truly wants that he cannot get. And maybe you've experienced it, maybe you've seen it. A lot of times you may see this guy who may be looks challenged. He may be looks challenged. He may be financially challenged. He may be height challenged. He may be weight challenged. But if he sets his mind on getting this woman, he gets her. Eventually, he gets her. She may have the guy that she's attracted to, but then that guy cheats on her, dogs her out. And then here's this guy, a little ugly. And he's there and she falls for him because he's listening, he's caressing her, he's talking to her, he's not coming on to her, he's just spending time. But she calls him little ugly when she talking to her friends. And she like, I'm dealing with this guy over here who I'm really attracted to, but he's no good. But then I'm over here talking to little ugly, and he just the sweetest thing in the world. He treated me right, girl. I'm tired of chasing these kind of men, and I'm finna give little ugly a chance. And the next thing you know, he's sitting over there, he's waiting in the wings. Boom, he gets her. So I need you to understand these few things about men that you really don't see men fail. When you see men who are billionaires, you're not supposed to look like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Byron Allen, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Dr. Dre. All these billionaires. There ain't nothing special about them. They don't look special. They're not cut from a certain cloth. It's just they made up their mind. They made up their mind that they wanted something. And they went out and they got it. They created, and it's people with the same skill set, but did not make up their mind. So I need you to understand men holistically. And when you understand that a man is a hunter, a man is a go-getter, a man is innately ambitious, a man does not process the word no or failure, why do you think there had to be a campaign created that says no means no? We were taught that, at a young age, no means no. They didn't give that statement to men to use on women. That statement was specifically for women to use on men, to protect women from men. No means no. As men, we didn't have to do that to women and say, listen, no mean no. Stop trying to stop doing me like. Men never had to do that. Women had to do that. You know why? Because society realized early on that men are hard-headed, that men are stubborn, that men are very aggressive and assertive about what they want. And so that's what you have to understand. That has to be the foundation. That has to be the basis of this understanding, this new knowledge, so that you can take and look at your relationship or your situationship, even if it's just new and you're dating and you're not even calling it a relationship. When you understand the whole picture of men, then you're able to realize, you're able to look at what you have and measure that and say, okay, I seen how a man is about the car he wants, the job he wants, the new pair of shoes he wants, the watch he wants. But so how much more intense is he gonna be about the woman he wants? Because guess what? That job, that car, them shoes, the watch, none of that can do for a man what a woman can. Think about it. Think about everything a woman can do. None of those things that men lose sleep over, men work 24 hours, even for a pair of shoes. You done had men stand in line for hours for a pair of shoes. You hear me? And so you have to take that in consideration and see, that's why I'm breaking it down like this, because a lot of times you sitting there and you dealing with a man who has been dragging you by your ponytail for the last 5 years. And you chasing him. You chasing him. You trying to catch up to him. And he just grab you by your ponytail and start dragging you with him, since you don't want to stand on your own 2 feet, realize what's going on, and go on ahead about your business. He just, okay, you wanna stay, come on. You're gonna have to deal with control, with abuse, with cheating, with lies, with deception, with manipulation, usury. You're gonna have to deal with all that. Because I'm trying, this is what the man is saying to you in Manglish. He said, I'm trying to dog you out. I'm trying to dog you out. I'm trying to mislead you. I'm trying to send you mixed signals. I'm trying to show you that I do not want you. So I'm yelling at you. I'm cursing at you. I'm ghosting you. I'm hanging up on you. I'm controlling you. Passive aggressive, or whatever aggressive, overtly aggressive, physically aggressive, all the aggressives. I'm trying to do all of this with the hopes that you realize that I'm trying to tell you that I do not want you, that you are not the one, but that I'm not man enough to tell you that and to move on with my life. Because although I don't want you, I don't know what else is out there. So I'm trying to dog you out so that you get the strength to leave me, so that then I can trick my mind to say I have no other choice but to move on. But you still here. And as long as you here, I'm going to keep using you and dogging you out, because I'm a grown boy and I'm not man enough to stand on my own 2 feet and tell you that you're not the one and then walk away, because secretly, deep down, I fear the unknown. And I honestly don't know if I'm going to find somebody better than you, but I feel like I don't want you. So that's what he's saying. If he could articulate what his actions toward you mean, that's what he would say. And I can articulate that because I was that grown boy. So I need you to understand this and listen to me. And I told you this in different videos in different ways. But I need you to hear this way. If you have to wonder if he is the one, he's not the one. If you have to come on here and ask a question about if he's ready for marriage, he's not ready. See, when a man wants something, everybody going to know it. There will be no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You will know it. You will see it. You will smell it. You will hear it. You will feel it. You will know it. A man leaves no room for guesswork when he is serious about something or someone. That's one thing you have to be clear about. And listen to me. You wasting so much of your life waiting on a man to give you definite words. You waiting on him to say to you, listen, I don't want you. Move on with your life. And a grown boy is not going to say that. And the reason why he's not going to say that is because he's fearful of the unknown. He fears that if he says that, you will find it in yourself to get up and to move on. And then he could wake up a few weeks later and realize that he's made a huge mistake. But now you've strengthened your heart. You've made up your mind to love yourself and to move on with your life. And now he can't get you back. So he does not say that because he wants to have you there as an option. He wants to force you to leave him. So then when you leave him, all the pressure is on you. See, the person who has to walk away, the person who decides to walk away, that's who the pressure is on. Because you made a choice. And one thing we hate doing as humans is making a choice because we fear being wrong. But when you don't have a choice, when life hands you a hand of cards, you got to play the hand you've been dealt. And so we do better as humans when we are just reacting to what we've been given versus having to be proactive and make a decision. Because now when you make a decision, you have to live with the consequences, with the results, and it's all on you. And that is why people, men and women, fear leaving just because of not knowing if it's the right thing to do. But here's what I'm telling you. If you are not being treated with love and respect consistently, and if you don't feel in your heart that this is real, that this is pure, then you have to find it in yourself to convince your mind that what you have is not what you need. And you got to find the strength to walk away. Because the longer you stay, the more used up you become. And what happens is if you stay, you will end up being so used up that you start to feel depleted to the point of you can't be fixed. And that's what we see so many people going through in life, to where you let somebody use you up so much for so long that when you finally get left, when they finally come to their senses, when he comes to his senses, he leaves you. And really he just left you because he had another person come in his life that, can be a band-aid. And so that's how he was able to leave you. But now you stuck with no other choice but to, get it how you live. And you so hurt, you so broken, you so confused because you stayed for so long. And you was being used and abused and taken advantage of, but you stayed for so long. So because you stayed, now you're like, oh my goodness, what in the world going on? What am I going to do about this? How am I going to heal? And so now the next man comes and he already has 2 strikes and he ain't even stepped up to the plate. A pitch ain't even been thrown and you done gave him 2 strikes just for looking at you. He got 2 strikes. I remember I was out and I was at the mall and I had wrote my first book. I was 22 years old. Maybe I had turned 23. And I was at the mall and I got out I made a little business cards with my book on it, with the book on there. I told this story before, but everybody don't see every video. And I'm out there, I'm handing the business cards out. I'm in the mall. I'm handing the business cards out. Hey, I'm hustling. Hey, this grassroots marketing. I was dealing with the streets and trying to come out the streets, so I took that same hustle to being an author. So I'm handing out the card, and the security kicked me out the mall. Said, you can't be in this mall now. Handing out the card, that's soliciting. So you need to get out of here. So I left out, and so I said, okay, well, I'm going to hustle in y'all parking lot then. Boom, here go the card. And a lady got out the car, and she was walking in to the mall with her daughter. And I walked up to her, and I said, excuse me, ma'am, can I give you this? And I gave her my card. And then she looked at me. She gonna get the card. Listen to me. Okay, I do not have time for the games. Do you hear me? So you need to tell me what you're about. What do you want? What do you want with me? Do you want me or not? Because I don't have time for the games. So do not come in my life trying to play games with me. I am a single mother and I don't have time for the games. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am. I'm married. That card is about my new book. I'm just trying to give you the card about my book. Oh. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. This is a cool book. Oh, okay. You know, my sister owns a salon. I'm gonna tell her, and maybe she'll buy some copies for the salon. I was like, okay, ma'am, thank you. You know, she throwed me off. But you know what that was? Stayed too long, getting dogged out, getting drugged through the mud by her ponytail, that when a man just come to hand her a business card, you hear me? She going off in front of her daughter. So the baby traumatized. Not it was, you know, she was older. But she traumatized. She probably like, whoa, mom, what's going on? Why are you yelling at the man? What did he do? And she probably, he didn't do anything to me, honey. It's your sorry daddy. It's your dad that I'm mad with. And I just took it out on him. And she's like, well, why did you do that? They probably had to have a full conversation about that. That's what happens when you with a man and you trying to convince yourself that he loves you, but it's just taking him some time to learn how to show it. And so you sitting there telling your girlfriends, well, girl, you know, Tony Gaskin said some people just raised so cold they don't know how to be warm. But he's a sweet guy, and every now and then he makes me laugh, and we have a great time. And I know when it's bad, it is bad. But girl, you know, I know he loves me. I really feel it in my heart. I know he loves me. And it's like, no, that's not love. That is not love. He does not love you. Because he is dogging you out. And so you waiting because you fear having to start over. You fear adding another body to your list because you got on your bike. And so because you're on your bike and because you done went too far, because you done gave him more than you should have given him, because you were flipping and tossing and you want to experiment, so you done went further than you done ever been. And now you can't imagine going that far and having to start all over with another man. And now you got to go through all of that again, that you done tried to show this man in the bedroom, trying to win his affection. So you say, I might as well stay, because I done been flipped and tossed 59 ways from Sunday, and we done came up with 60 shades of gray. So where am I going to go? And how am I going to be able to start over with another man after we done had 69 Shades of Grey. And so you sitting there and you talking to yourself and you don't want to start over. And then a lot of times, just like the lady who went off on me for handing a business card, a lot of times you being on your bike end up reproducing. So now that's another added layer. So now you like, well, I don't want to have a broken home. And it's always been my dream to have a family. And I just don't want her to grow up without her dad or him to grow up without his dad. And so now you will stay and you saying you want a family, but he don't want a family. He's stepping outside of y'all family and going and starting other families. And then you fighting and competing with his other families that he creating, trying to get him to choose y'all. And all the while, your blessing that you trying to give a family, he or she, your son or your daughter, looking at you and like, well, what you think you teaching me? What you teaching me is how to fuss, how to fight, how to cuss, how to argue, how to cry over about a man, how to hate myself, how to disrespect myself, how to be hurt by the person I love and then take it out on maturing who have nothing to do with what I chose to get into. That's what your son or daughter sitting there looking at you saying. That's what they thinking in their mind. Might not be able to articulate it, but they're like, we'll be better off by ourselves. That from the mouth of babe, we'll be better off by ourselves. Can you please get you a backbone? And sometimes they get old enough to tell you that, don't you? Some of them done told you, I just want you to be happy. I just want you to love yourself. You deserve better. This is not fair. What's being done to you? I love daddy, but I love you too. And I'm tired of seeing you cry all the time. That's what, when they get on up there 10, 11. Now, a daughter can articulate that round 5, 6, 7. A son, it might be 10, 11, 12. But you done heard it. You done heard it. If you a single mother, you probably heard that. And when you heard that, it shook you to your core. God, is you speaking through Maseed? Yes, that's who he talking through. Because you grown and don't want to listen. You sitting there want to go back and forth with old sorry, raggedy, musty bodied man who old as dirt, ought to know better. He does know better, but you don't know no better. You convincing yourself not to know better. He knows better now, but you convincing yourself not to know better. So then guess what? You stand, and this is what he's doing. When a man see that you slap crazy, that you twice a fool since Sunday, when the man sees that, guess what? He's going to sit there and milk you for everything he can. You hear me? So he's going to use you as his bucket. You done heard the word, what guys use, the nasty word, bucket. That's what he used you for, as that bucket that he just deposited in you. And he does not care if you stay barefoot and pregnant. He don't care. Because he's a savage. Because he a dog. Because he's lost. He's hurting. He's confused. His daddy left him. You know what I mean? So he don't know no better. And he know you got sense, but you done dumb yourself down for him. So now he's sitting there just depositing in you. Well bound, thank you, ma'am. Well bound, thank you, ma'am. Just like that. Flipping you and tossing you. And then you get your little job. He's spending your money. He telling you he got this idea. You giving him money to invest in his harebrained schemes. He got half of the rent or mortgage paid. All of this. To where he able to spend his money on his other women in the street because he got you trying to buy his love. You footing the bill, you spending all this money because you trying to buy love because you don't want to be lonely. Because you don't want to be single. Because you don't want people to look at you like who shot John and forgot to kill him. You don't want people to think you broke, busted, and disgusted. So you will do anything to have you a warm body. So you got a warm body, but he got a cold heart. So you getting dogged out, drug up and down the street, and you trying to go on Facebook and Instagram and look like couples goals, relationship goals, but really behind closed doors, you kicking and screaming. You twice crazy since Sunday. And so now what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to keep fooling up with this sorry, no good man who refuses to grow, who knows right from wrong now, but refuses to grow. But he just stretching you out. He's stretching you out to get everything he can from you. And so you got to realize that. You got to understand that. And listen what you got to do, okay? If you in physical danger, you got to leave right now. You got to leave today. You got to leave today. What if you got to sleep on somebody's couch? You got to sleep on somebody's floor. You got to sleep in somebody's garage on an air mattress. It's plenty shelters. You got to go through it. Yes, it's going to be a chapter. If you're a single mother, yes, it's going to be a chapter in your son or daughter book, but it's going to be a bestseller. So get them that chapter and go on to the shelter. Do what you got to do. If somebody out there let you sleep on their couch, you'd be surprised your neighbor will let you sleep on their couch. Now, if you single and you ain't brought nobody in the world, then you have even less excuses. You got to go. Now, if it's not physical, you don't feel in danger, then you need to create an exit strategy. You need to create an exit strategy. So what this means is, if you got money, all you need is first and last month's rent. Okay? If you ain't got first and last month rent, you just need enough money for your hotel. And if you can't afford no hotel, get you an Airbnb. You hear me? Get you an Airbnb. Stop making excuses. Get your Airbnb. Live how you got to live. It's an Airbnb that's $40 a night on the site. So don't give me no excuses now. And the next thing what you have to realize is, if you're not in that position, you ain't got no money, guess what? You need to get your job. You need to get your job, even if you got to work online, because these companies, they'll hire you to sit at home and do customer service, because y'all be calling me trying to collect bills, and I could hear your little ones in the back hollering and somebody flushing the toilet. So I know they got jobs you could work from home on your cell phone doing customer service, and in my account, looking at my credit score and my balance that I owe, and you at the house with my information, and follow me on YouTube. I could tell when the bill collectors be calling me. That's another story. But what I'm saying is, it's somebody that'll give you a job. Even if who you with won't let you go out and get no job, work from home. Work from home. Do the surveys. Do them surveys online for $1 a survey. And then what you got to do, you might give yourself 3 months to 6 months. In this 3 to 6 months, you need to close your legs. You need to close shop. And whatever you got to tell him, and it really ain't going to be much or nothing to stop him, because you could tell him you done caught all kind of stuff, and he'll be like, oh, well, I just wrap it up. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Because that's how a lot of men are. Now, if you got to draw something on your lip, whatever you got to do to stop getting touched. Because what the worst thing can happen to you is you get you something in the oven when you got your exit strategy. And I'm going to tell you, I keep seeing this over and over and over and over and over. Women keep writing me saying, Tony, just broke up 2 weeks ago, and I just found out I'm expecting. I'm like, man, that's how he got you. That's how he got you. So stop getting touched. okay, in your exit strategy when you planning your exit. And then what you need to be doing, you get your finances straight. So if you ain't got a job, get a job. Okay? If you can't get no job, then you need to create an ally that's going to loan you some money. Even if you got money, you need to get an ally. And what I mean by ally, call your best friend that you cut off, that you stopped talking to because of the prison of a relationship that you in. The prison that you in that you was calling a relationship. So you cut your friend off. So call your friend and say, apologize. Let her know what you're going through and that you're getting ready to go. Because sometimes an ally will send you some aid. They'll send you some help. Might either say, look, you need some money. You need a place to stay. You need to have your ally. Get your ally, even if you got to kiss their feet because of how you did them over this sorry man. And then after you then got your money situation, you know how that's going to work out. You got your ally. Now you need to start looking for somewhere to go. And you need to be looking if you're going night to night because you can't afford person last month's rent, or your credit bad, or you got an eviction so you can't get nothing in your name. Then in these 6 months, 3 to 6 months, you need to start learning how to do some credit repair. And you get your exit plan. And then as soon as you see you got somewhere to go, you either getting it for free or you got the money to get there. Then if you working, then you need to call off work while he working. If he don't work because he living off you, then you need to go on like you going to work. And on that day, you need to be gone. You need to be gone. Or you need to get him out the house, tell him, hey, I got you and your friend tickets to the game. That's going to cost you. It's going to mess your budget up, but you send him on to the game with his friend. And while he at the game, you had the moving truck come on over there, and you pack all your stuff and you go and get on up out of there. Just like that. See, it's always a way to go. And people always say, oh, well, it's just not right to just tell somebody just leave. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want somebody to be reading your eulogy? Okay, then. You need to leave. Because tomorrow ain't promised. When you're dealing with old deadbeat, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to pop off. You got to make moves. Don't stop giving the excuses about, oh, I got kids. That does not matter. They ready to go too. They think the shelter is a hotel. Oh, this is fun. Oh my goodness, I love these beds. Oh, we get to eat 3 times. They fine. Go on about your business. They are more resilient than adults. So don't leave that, oh, we need financial security. No. All that's going to come. You need your sanity. Because as long as you stand in that insanity, you affecting your body. You affecting your health. I remember hearing a stat that said relationship stress is the number one worst form of stress. Worse than job-related stress, death-related stress, health-related stress. That relationship stress will take and it increases your chances of a premature death by natural causes by 300 to 500%. You hear what I'm telling you? That's because we are created to connect. We are created to relate in a relationship. And when that main artery of human interaction, human connection is toxic, it destroys you from the inside out. So you got to stop playing with it and you got to make a move. You got to realize that what you have is fake and phony and it's cubic zirconia in a Tiffany's box, and you got to stop trying to package it and trying to make it look pretty, and you got to wake up and smell the Folgers in the morning, and you need to get gone. And when you clear this space in your life and you get gone, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to be able to heal. You're going to have to listen to this video 3 times, and then you're going to be able to heal. You're taking the courses, you're going to the seminar, to the retreats, and make sure you click the link in the description for the upcoming retreats and seminars, and you feeding your mind, you feeding your spirit, and it's going to renew your mind. It's going to give you a new confidence. And then guess what? You are going to attract real love. And your sorry ex going to have to watch you grow up and glow up. And they're going to be looking from a distance, going to try to come back. But the locks change. Going to try to come back. When I say the lock change, I'm talking about the lock to your heart. You done locked it to them. You done changed the locks. And this somebody else going to have the key. You hear what I'm telling you? And you're going to be able to minimize that soul tie to the point that you don't feel it. That it doesn't affect you spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Hey, this is Tony Gaston. I've been talking 35 minutes. I got to get gone. I think I hit all the points I got to hit. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to all the members of the Blessed Tribe. Make sure you click the links in the description. I got some upcoming events coming up. And if you want to join the channel as a member of the Blessed Tribe, I typically put the link in the description. If I forget on this one, it's in another video. And make sure you visit mymentor.life to book a session with your new coach. I've been blessed hearing from coaches telling me how well their sessions are going. So for those of you who have booked a coach, and even to those of you who have booked me, I thank you. God bless you. And to those of you who are ready to become a coach, you want to help other people through your pain, through what you're going through, you want to sow into the lives of others and help them, then make sure you visit TonyGaston'sAcademy.com. Take the coach training. If you want 50% off on that course, the coupon code is MyMentor. It's MyMentor. I'll try to remember to put that in the description. God bless you. We'll talk soon.